Okay, let's go to our next quarter and see what's up. Oh, a fishing boat sunk. That's not good at all. Alright, let's continue. Okay, everyone's a little bit less happy with me than they have been. It seems that crime is still an issue. It is definitely lower, though. How's the organized crime thing going? That is still going down. That'll be gone completely very soon. Alright, university grants. Although not all citizens will pursue a university education, governments can provide subsidies to students to encourage a more educated workforce. That could be useful, but I don't know that I need it. Technology colleges. That's not going to be all that popular. It seems that university grants and art subsidies are the best way to go. I'm going to go with the artsy one because it costs, in fact, what is our surplus right now? 18 billion, and the university grants will only cost at max 11.63, so I want... Now what will this do? So this actually boosts education, state employees, middle earnings, poor earnings, parents, youth income, and it will actually hit the skills shortage in a brilliant way. Okay, you know what? We're gonna go with grants for all, for now. And we still have room to work on other things, so let's not legalize prostitution. Prisoner tagging, private prisons, tasers, police drones. There's nothing really here that's gonna keep people happy. Transport, biofuel subsidies, that would keep people quite happy. Bus subsidies, car emissions, clean fuel subsidies, I might go with that. Free bus passes, nope, no one really cares. Telecomming or working from home is desirable. That would keep people off of the roads, so I'm gonna go with that because it's not all that expensive, and it will hit both of these quite negatively, and this will keep everyone quite happy, so let's just max that because it's quite cheap and go to the next quarter. Extradite a terror suspect. A Middle East country with which we have no formal extradition treaty has requested that we extradite an immigrant living here to them to face charges of terrorism. They accuse him of being responsible for car bombings in their capital city, but the only evidence they have of this is the confessions of other terror suspects, which may have been... Okay. We don't... Yeah, I'm gonna keep him here. We have no real proof that he is actually a terror suspect, so there we go. So it seems that parents, commuters, patriots, the youth, it generally seems I'm quite popular right now with all of these various subsidies that I'm putting out there, so that's good. Foreign policy, citizenship tests. Yes, I want citizenship tests. I want people to... That'll impact racial tension quite badly. But I'm gonna do it because they exist anyway. They are a thing. Excuse me. Welfare fraud. Okay. When government gives so much money out in welfare payments, it's essential that the money is correctly targeted and not exploited. Yes, please. Alright, that will bring in profit. It'll help both of these. Alright. Winter fuel, rent control. Okay. Food stamps. Now this is something. This ensures that... Okay, it can only be redeemed for uncooked food. It can't be used for unhealthy takeaway food. Yeah, it's going to be costly, but it impacts poverty quite negatively, and I want that. This is what I want. I want to help the people. I want to help the people for the people. Alright, let's go to the next quarter and see how much money I'm losing. A UN ambassador. Our ambassador to the UN retires this year. We need a new one. Okay. Regina Phillips is well known as a patriot who will fight tooth and claw to get our interests represented. Okay. Steve Harris is a popular figure with a reputation for solving problems through... You're not compromising. I want the best for this country. We'll go with Regina. 7 billion deficit. How's this going? That'll be stopping next quarter, I think. Okay, we'll just go to the next quarter without doing anything. Island invaded. Okay, fair enough. Continue. 6.97 deficit. We're still quite heavily in debt as well. This is going so slow. Okay, violent crime. Alcohol consumption is a problem there. It's all going down slowly. Let's look once again at taxes and see what we can do. Health tax credits will just cost a lot of money. Health food subsidy. I want something that'll bring in money, for God's sake. That's not enough. The mansion tax. Okay. Right. No, there's the problem. It's perceived as unfair by some elderly people who may have expensive homes but relatively low incomes. It's a wealth tax, basically. And I don't know that... Oh, an internet tax. Okay. I don't know that I want an internet tax either. A flat rate income tax is where everyone pays the same marginal rate of income tax regardless of their income. That means that the cleaner pays the same as the CEO, though the CEO's tax bill will be higher. This leads to lower avoidance and evasion. Okay. Graduate tax isn't popular. Car tax, carbon tax. Okay. A pollution tax. It's... Yes, I want a pollution tax. That'll hit CO2 emissions, it'll hit the GDP, it'll hit everyone. Ooh, that's going to bring in a lot of money though. This is a risky one. This is going to be my most risky move yet. Okay. Ban the landmines. Okay, everyone's going to be pissed off with me, but we can deal with it. We now have a surplus of that much money. I think what I want to do is... Oh, I got an achievement. We may be members of a small club, but it's an important one. We are proudly one of the few nations that are taking our climate change obligations seriously. Alright, good. Good. I think what I want to do is try and get out of debt. So I'm going to keep flicking through the various quarters here. Media backlash, of course there is. The skills shortage is over, and so is the organized crime. We're slowly pulling out of debt, which is great. And we're also dealing with a lot of problems here, or fewer problems. This brain drain really needs to go. But I can't really hit... Actually, you know what I realize? I can actually hit these taxes. And maybe cut that much out of that. Okay, let's apply that. Yep. What about the bad economy? Yeah, that's not great. How's that going? It did dip, but it rose again. This is sort of slowly dropping and climbing and going all over the place. Homelessness is dropping nicely, though. I'll give it that. It did once peak, but then in came the property tax, where that happened. But it is dropping again, which is great. So let's once again go to the next quarter. What's this? Oh. Okay, we've got a crime-free utopia. This is going quite well, actually. We are... Oh my god, look at that surplus. Look at that surplus. Holy crap. We are climbing out of debt. Let's go to the next one. Homelessness is now over. I should be elected. I should be the Prime Minister. The economy is a little bit screwed. The brain drain is still going on. However, I can go ahead and put more money into stuff like education and whatnot, such as the university grants. Let's once again up that. So the uni grants are done. Particle accelerators, they have them. What is this? That is maxed. State Health Service has nothing to do with the brain drain. Student laptops, let's just give them more money. Let's throw money at them. What is this? Why have I got a question mark? There's a royal scandal. I will support the monarch. It would be stupid to disagree. Scientific discovery. For years we have wondered why those scientists spend so much time in underground tunnels. But today a discovery was announced concerning new particles, colliders, and other physics mumbo-jumbo. Fan-frickin-tastic. Okay, we are almost out of debt, and that's really what I want. In fact, it's looking like we're going to be completely out of... Oh, what's this? Oil companies are keen to get permission to drill in part of the country. Oh, it's a wildlife refuge. No, you're not drilling there. Okay, one more quarter and the country is out of debt. Sovereign wealth. Look, oh, how we look upon those countries with debt problems and laugh. Now we have you as our astute and, dare I say, prudent leader. The bank balance looks just fine. Nobody cheers as loud as you. Oh my god. Speed limits. No change to the speed limits. I'm sorry, Jeremy Clarkson. But there we go. What the Christ was that? Anyone else see that for a second there? Like the nuts speed at which something was... that. Oh my god. Alright. We now have reserves going on here. We have pulled the country out of debt. Does that mean that the uncooperative economy is going to be sorting itself out? I hope so. Alright, what can we introduce here to foreign policy? Okay, cheap imports can be damaging. Nothing really. We've sort of dealt with a lot of stuff. I want to try and... What's this? So that'll cost... This is a tax break given as an encouragement for people to marry and stick together. Yes, I kind of agree with that, and I'm not religious, but I agree that people should, if you get married, you should stick together. You know, marriage is for life. Obviously, if it doesn't work, you break up, but you don't get married in the first place if you can't see it lasting. Health tax credits. A system of tax reductions and credits designed to encourage people to spend their money on private healthcare in order to reduce their tax liability. This boosts healthcare without involving the state running hospitals or employing doctors, but its effect is limited to those in society earning enough. Yeah, we'll implement that. It'll not cost too much, but it does boost a lot of things. The poor are impacted slightly negatively, but that's completely fine. What is this? Race discrimination. Prevents citizens from being discriminated against. Okay. Let's... Negatively hits racial tension. Good. Alright, I want that to be maxed. What is this? Jury trial. Okay, the right to be tried by ordinary members of the public rather than a judge is seen as a fundamental human right. Conservatives argue that such a process is expensive, time-wasting, and is no fairer than a judge or group of magistrates. It's entirely possible to have a system where a jury trial is reserved for more serious offences. I don't know. I think if requested is the best there. Request to be trialed by a jury. License required and a minimal age. I think that's a good idea. Patriots won't be happy. In fact, strict controls. I'm pretty sure that's what it is in the UK, because you can get a license and you can be the minimum age, but I'm pretty sure they do background checks on you as well. So we'll go with that for gun control. Prisons. Some argue that providing the minimum number of bear cold cells is the only provision that needs to be made. Others suggest that spending more money allows for prisoners to be rehabilitated as well as punished. Okay. I want full rehabilitation. And we can we can't do it this term, okay. Or this quarter. Okay, that's fine. Nobel Prize. One of our brightest citizens has won the Nobel Prize for Chemistry. Okay, fantastic. Let's go to prisons again. I want extensive rehabilitation. Fantastic. We have a good bit of reserve going on here. CCTV cameras are fine. The alcohol law. You know what? I'm going to up the drinking age to 21. We're going to match America on that one. And we're going to hit next. Countryside access. Much of our countryside is still privately owned, with access to walk on the land restricted. There's a strong campaign to bring in laws forcing landowners to make it accessible to ramblers and walkers. I'm gonna block it. Yeah, private land is private land. If I buy a piece of private land, quite frankly, it's my land. So, that's just the way that's gonna work. What's this? Okay. Anything I can introduce here? Biofuel subsidies? Yeah, we'll go with that. I'm going to max it as well, because it releases the oil demand. Yes, that should lower taxes, because there's now an alternative, but that is completely fine. What's this? A one-party state. Let's start the count. Does that mean that I've just pretty much run away with the election? Holy shit. Wow. I got 76% of the votes. I've all but banished any thought of other political parties. Okay. Okay. There are calls for a law to expressly set quotas for the employment of ethnic or other minorities. This would put pressure on companies to give higher priority to some job candidates than others. Yeah, that's fighting discrimination with more discrimination. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, let's look at the economy. I need ban Sunday shopping? I don't think so. Consumer rights. Yeah, I want consumer rights. Let's implement that. Completely max it as well. I noticed the music hasn't ended here. There we go. To some people, ensuring that mothers have a right to maternity leave. Yes. 3/4 pay. I want to give them full pay. Yes, full pay. I like the idea of maternity leave. Small business grants. A space program. We could afford that. Tax shelters, technology grants. Work safety. We do need that as well. Yeah, I want work safety. So that... Yeah, you know, I'm gonna go with that. Let's go to the next quarter. See what's up. Pirates have captured an oil tanker. Oh dear. This is going well, honestly. I think I'm a fantastic Prime Minister. I do notice that the economy is... Oh dear, that's not good. This is also not good. This is going nowhere right now. So income tax is still a big problem. But honestly, I'm quite impressed that we have the reserves and all that stuff. It's fantastic that it's got to this point where we now have steadily increasing reserves as opposed to being in debt. So I think I've done a really good job at getting rid of crime in the UK. I've dealt with the technology backwater. I'm gonna try and steady out the economy, but I think I'll be quite happy when I'll consider my time done. I will stand down from office when I deal with the brain drain and when I deal with the uncompetitive economy and any other problems that are thrown at us. When we have a screen here that doesn't have any red circles, then it is time for me to step down because I have vastly improved the United Kingdom. But until that day, I'm going to stick around as Prime Minister.